Morning, all of you. Good morning, all of you. My voice is audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Is my screen is visible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, visible.
Yeah. Right. Thank you. Right. So last day we started the basics, and last day I explained about the web client, web server, and right, HTTP request response and all. And now, after the completion of all the basics, last day I explained about the web API and what is the purpose of web API. So web API nothing but a method which is deployed on the server, and the main purpose of web API is to share the logic over the network among the heterogeneous applications. This is the important simple statement. Okay. See here. API means API means method or function or whatever it is. Next, this method contains API is nothing but method, or we can say the purpose of API is to share the logic over the internet among multiple applications. Among multiple applications. Multiple applications. What type of they are? That is the most important key point. Okay. See. Share the logic over the internet among the multiple applications. What type of applications they are? They are different types of applications. See, this multiple means different types developed by different technologies. Remember, some applications by .NET, some applications by Java, some applications by PHP, some applications by Windows applications, some applications by using different languages, VB.NET, C#.NET, okay, and some applications by HTML, Ajax, jQuery. So in such a way, different types of applications by using different technologies. So to share the logic among the multiple applications, right? So this point is clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
This point is clear, all of you?
Clear, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, right. Now this web API is deployed, or any web application is deployed on server. Deployed on server. The name of that server is, or type of server is web server, right? Now, here, how to develop a web API? Yeah, how to develop a web API and how to provide a convenient environment to that web API. That is very important. Generally, this web server is provided by the different companies. Okay, Microsoft or IBM, so many companies are there, Apache, right? But here in this node, in our curriculum, okay, or in our workshop, this web API is developed, and to that web API, the convenient environment or the web server related environment is provided by nodejs with Express. So the total web API development and web server, these two are implemented with the help of nodejs with ExpressJS. Right. Now, what is meant by nodejs first? So without delay, enter into the concept. Node.js is a JavaScript execution engine. JavaScript execution engine. Simply say. Now, coming to, yes, it is. Node.js is a cross-platform, open source server environment that can run on Windows, Linux, Unix, Mac OS, and more. And Node.js is a backend JavaScript runtime environment. So whatever the words I highlighted in the red color, remember that words. That is very important. So it provides, it able to provide a server environment also. Node.js is a backend JavaScript runtime environment. So see, if you want to execute a Java program, Java runtime environment is required. It's called as JRE. Suppose if you want to execute a C# program, it requires a runtime environment called CLR, Common Language Runtime. In such a way, for every language, one execution environment is required. Now, to execute this JavaScript, a runtime environment is there. That runtime environment is nothing but Node.js. Remember, right? And whenever this separate execution environment is provided for JavaScript, so that what happened, you can execute the JavaScript code outside a web browser also. That is so due to Node.js support, what happened? JavaScript became a standalone independent language. So with the help of Node.js, simply say JavaScript became equal to a high-level language. Remember, it became independent and it became a language. Right. Now, next, one more important word. See, here I summarized. With the help of Node.js, you can run JavaScript everywhere. Everywhere. That is a word very important. Everywhere. Now, see, is there any other definition for Node.js or any other point? Let us see. Node.js is a free, open source, cross-platform JavaScript runtime environment that lets the developer write command line tools and server-side scripts outside of browser. This point is very important. Server-side scripts outside of a browser. So earlier, what happened? JavaScript is executed with the help of HTML, or JavaScript is binded with HTML, and that HTML page is loaded by the browser, and the browser executes the JavaScript. It means JavaScript is executed inside the browser, simply say, inside the browser. But as the Node.js came, you are able to execute the JavaScript everywhere. It means that as an independent C, C++, Java, and C#, like that. Now, so this is the first point. Now here see. Next, after that, what is this ExpressJS? Now, Node.js actually, see here there is a word Node.js modules, a concept called Node.js modules. So what is this Node.js modules? See, modules are nothing but simply say some additional functionality or additional API. So whenever the Node.js uses one particular module, then what happens? It is able to perform some additional functionality. So the Node.js takes the help, or Node.js acquires different capabilities with the help of the modules. So see, when more number of modules are added to the Node.js, then automatically the Node.js capability increases. Remember that. Okay. So here, actually, as a server, the server should take care about memory, file systems, security. So many things are there. But when you are writing a JavaScript program to create such type of environment, it is not possible for a normal JavaScript program to take care about all the things, because server is not a ordinary program. Remember that server is a collection of so many things internally. Say sir, no? Server software is a collection of so many things internally, right or not? Right? Yes. So it means, so just a JavaScript program, how it can acquire everything? how it can provide the services like a server, how it is possible? It is just normal JavaScript program. See, it is possible with the help of these modules. So if you want to write a memory-based functionalities, then you need to get one module. If you want to deal with network, then one module. If you want to deal with security, then one module. If you want to deal with protocols, then one module. If you want to deal with memory, then one module. So in such a way, different modules are provided. Module means nothing but additional functions. Just remember in such a way, additional functions. Or if you want to see, suppose you don't know anything about this web. Okay, I can compare this web, these modules with the header files in C language. That's all. See, if you included one header file in the C language, what happens? You get references of some additional functionalities related to one particular area. In Java, it is called packages. In .NET, they are called namespaces. So it means module means the additional library related to one particular functionality. That is. Now, ExpressJS is also one module. Now, what's the benefit of this ExpressJS? ExpressJS, or simply say Express, is a back-end web application framework. Yes. Using this Express library, you are able to build a web application. Okay, fine. Which type of web applications? See, for building a RESTful API, that is, you are able to write web API with nodejs, released as a free and open source software under the MIT license. Voice is cracking. Yeah, I will adjust, Ankit. Just a minute. Right. So now I adjusted it. Just a minute. So, right. Still, if you are facing any voice problem, please update me. It is designed for building web applications and API. It has been called the de facto standard server framework for Node.js. Right. Now the final conclusion is Node.js, with the help of Express, it creates web API and it creates a server environment where the web API are deployed and they are ready to use. That is a simple point. Okay. Now let us see the procedure. First, see, as the time is limited, so first the context one. See, those who came from completely from basics. I mean, those who don't know the basics. For them, small programs I am executing here. It may take 2-3 minutes. Okay, not more than that. So executing a JavaScript function as a part of the HTML with the help of a browser. Now let us create one folder. In that, create an HTML, a notepad file. See, this is an HTML code. Now save this as show.html. Save. Right. Now click on this show. Right. Now see, when I click on this show button, see, when I click on this show button, you are getting output in the console tab. Welcome to Quality Thought Full Stack Academy. Right. See this here. All are able to see the output. So here, the JavaScript function is binded to this button. This button is a HTML button, right? So when you click on this HTML button, then only you are able to execute the program. This is, please observe, right? So it means here in this example, what is the conclusion from this example? JavaScript embedded inside the HTML and it is executing inside the web browser. Okay, right. See, just it is HTML code and here title is there. So this is the main point. Script function show. This is a JavaScript function and which displays a welcome message. But this function is binded to this button. See this here. Input type equal to button, value equal to show, on click equal to the function name. Right. So this example proves that JavaScript is embedded inside the HTML and that HTML page is loaded by the browser, and with the help of that browser you are executing the JavaScript. This is the old traditional model, right? Now what happened when a nodejs came, right? See, the basic thing, we need to show the fundamental difference. See, when the nodejs came, what happened? You can execute the JavaScript program as an independent program. Okay, right. Now take another notepad and see. Copy this program, copy this function, JavaScript code, paste it. Here there is no any HTML, only JavaScript code, function name, opening curly brace and closing curly brace, and here we are calling that function show. That's all. Now save this. With an extension .js, file name can be anything. Okay, you can give any file name, but the extension is a .js JavaScript file. Save. Right. Now please check the code. I mean that file name. Here, see this demo2. Right. It is a JavaScript file. See, the icon is changed. Now you want to execute this one. You want to execute this JavaScript code. How? So once the nodejs is installed in your system, open the command prompt and enter into the location where your JS file is there. See this. Now demo2.js. It is JavaScript file. Now node demo2.js. Now see all of you. A JavaScript function is executed as an independent programming language, right? Yes or no? All of you? See this.
Yes, sir.
This is.
Yes, sir.
This is the biggest change in the world of JavaScript or in the scripting languages. So this it is making, see, this change is the birth to I mean that the advanced topics of scriptings especially. So it made the JavaScript as a independent high level language. Remember, earlier you need to execute inside the browser. Now there is no browser here. You executed this one, right? Now this function, see, this function is available under one file called demo.js and it is an independent function. So this function is nothing but logic. It may be one line or two lines. That's not the matter, right? This function is nothing but logic, and I am able to execute on my system, right? Suppose I want to share this function with others, then this function need to be deployed on the web. That is the important point. It need to be deployed on the web, and some settings, some sort of settings need to be made, and the clients are provided with, or to the clients the URL is provided so they can access this function. Simple, right? Now context 3. So first we executed with the help of HTML. The second, you executed the JavaScript independently. Now the third one, okay. Here, all of you, see. First, create a folder somewhere in the system. Right. Now, right, on the desktop, I'm creating a folder with the name demo3. Right. Because I simplified the things so that to complete the tasks within the given period of time. Okay, let us see the steps. Open the command prompt, and in the above created folder, create a node project. Why? Because what is our ultimate aim? You need to create a server program. Okay, in that server program, you need to deploy a web API. That is because earlier the web applications are deployed on the web servers, which are predefined. But here you need to create the server program and you need to create the web API, and that web API need to be made available to the outside world from your server side program. That is, it means server side environment also created by using a JavaScript program. For that purpose, we need a project. Right. So now open the command prompt and enter into the above created folder. Right. Yes. So open the command prompt. See demo3. Copy this. Right. Now here, see, first of all, it is empty. Let us check this folder. There is no any files here. So now, see, to create a node project, you need to use a command npm space init space -y. Just copy this. Right. Now, what is the purpose of this one? See, when you are creating a project, some meta information need to be provided. Okay, what is the purpose of this project and why you are creating this project and all such type of details. Okay, right. Now, right now, I don't want to provide any such type of details because the time is limited. So that's why first I want to create a project. Right. Now let us execute this. Right. So now what happened? It created, please observe this, package.json file. See here, package.json. Right. So what is the importance of this package.json? We'll discuss it later. Okay. Because it is a very important file. Right. So this package.json is created. So here, if you observe the output, the name, it is a metadata. It is the metadata, remember. So what is the name of the project? Demo3. What is its version? 1.0.0. What is the description? You can change it. Okay, the description is empty right now. Okay, the main file. What is the main file? Because for the entire project, see, project is a collection of so many files. Okay, but among that collection, one file should be there as a starting point. Remember that. That just is like for our entire body, only one head is there. Right? Or you can understand this concept in a different way. Say, for example, website is a collection of so many pages, but among that pages, only one home page is there. So the remaining all the pages are accessed through home page, right? And in the same way, among the multiple JavaScript files, what is the starting file? This is one main, right? And next scripts, it is about the commands. Next keywords, I mean important keywords of your project, and author, who is the author of this one, and the license type of your project. That is. So right now I am not providing any of these details, just default details. I am going with the default details. Next. it creates a package.json file. Now you need to handle this project in a different way. Okay, Notepad is not enough to create a project. Now open the project using a Visual Studio. How? So use a shortcut code space dot. Right. See, demo3 is a folder and this is the package.json. Now, next, what to do? Now create a folder with the name server. Okay. See why I'm naming, why I'm giving this name server. See, what is our aim? Using nodejs, you are able to create a server environment also. We need to prove that. That is important point first. So first create a folder inside the demo3. Right. So here demo3 in this, click on this icon, server, right? This is now next create a file with the name index.js inside the server, right? Because see, what is our aim? Keep the points in your mind. You are going to create server environment through a JavaScript file. That is important point. A server environment is created by JavaScript. A JavaScript provides server environment, right? So inside the server, click one index.js inside the server, right? Now create a simple web server which runs on the port number 4001 using Express. So here, how to create that server environment, and especially what is this port number 4001 or any port number you can use, right? All are comfortable? Hello? All are able to follow?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, what is this port number? Let us forget about all these technologies right now. Just leave it. Okay. Now, simply, yeah. Thank you, Devi. So here, port number is nothing but, see, I will compare to better understand this port number and all these things. Okay. I want to use one. See, our server runs in our local system right now. Okay. We are not deployed it on any other cloud. Now, see how to understand this port number. Assume you are all know about our bus stand. See, bus stand in a city. Assume this bus stand is a system. Okay. See, for better understanding only, I am using this example. Okay. Right. System, a server system. Assume it is a server system, a hardware system. Right. Now, see, you are a customer. I mean that you are the traveler. Now you want to go Bangalore. Then you went to bus stand. Is it enough? No. You should go. You should meet your bus service, right? That Bangalore bus service, right? Wrong. So where is this Bangalore bus service? It is available under a platform number, right? Wrong.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, a platform number. It is binded to one platform number. Say some platform number, say some 35. Just assume for better, simple. Platform number 35, the Bangalore bus service is available. Now, suppose someone wants to go to Chennai, then the Chennai bus service is available. May assume yes, it is at 45. So here, see, multiple customers, I mean, so many people wants to use these services. These services are available at a bus stand called, say, assume server system. Now, all are entered into the bus stand. No use. Because bus stand is a place, that's all, where different types of services are available. Now you need to meet your service based on your requirement. So see, what is the meeting point for you? See, if you want to go to Bangalore, then you should go platform number 35, where your Bangalore service is available. So platform number 35 is a port number. Assume. Platform number 35 is a meeting point between you and your service. So you are the customer of Bangalore service. You are the consumer of Chennai bus service. So those who want Chennai service, they will go platform number 45. Those who want Bangalore service, they will go platform number 35. And Chennai bus service, they will go 45. Right, Ram? But all are entered into bus stand. So all the clients are connected to server, but those who wants Bangalore application, they need to meet that Bangalore application at the platform number 35. Those the Chennai application, they need to meet that Chennai application at a 45 port number, right? That is. So it means the Bangalore service is binded or it is available at platform number 35. So we can compare this 35 or 45s are nothing but numbers. Is it okay? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is. So now in the same way, see, every application which runs in our operating system, okay, every application, every task, for every task one port number is allocated. Generally, it is in between 0 to 65,535. The number varies, comes in that range, remember. So you need to select a port number which is not allocated to any other service. That is the important point. Right. So now let us create one server program with the help of Express. I want that Express library. That is very important. I want that Express library because if you want to use Express functionalities, I want that Express library. How to use that? See this. This is. So this is the first line. See this. Constant Express equal to require of Express. So this is the name where see this is the name of the module, but still the modules are not there here. Okay, but I know the name of that library. So I want this, but I never allow to change it. That's why it is constant. Remember, it's a reference. Next, I want to execute my program at a port number 4001. That's why this one. So I don't want to change that port number. Right. Next. After that. Now this is the most important point. See, server program, or you can say a application. Okay, how you are creating? See this. This one, app, constant app. App means application. Okay, Express. It creates the entire application behavior. This one, this app object. This one. Right. Now, next. Now, see this. Now, this application is waiting for you at a port number 4001, and this application contains a logic called console.log nodejs server running on this one. It displays this number, this message, simply see this. app.listen. Listen means, try to understand. Your bus service is waiting for you at a particular platform number. It means the same way the server application is waiting for the client request at a port number 4001. That is, and whenever this app is started, see app.listen means start the application. Okay, application is started. Now, how to know the application is running? It displays this message: console.log nodejs server is running. Okay, his server is running and it is available on the port number. So when we got this message, it means your app is running. Remember, your application is running, right? Right. So see, finally you need to prepare this one. Now you use this express, but where is the express? See, if you see your project, here there is just only index.js is there and package.js is there. There is no module. There is no express library. So to your project, you need that express module. So how to get it? Right. See, this is a JavaScript program. First of all, don't think about this internal code. What is the name of this file? Index.js. Right or wrong? Hello? What is the name of this file?
Index.js.
JS. So it means it is a JavaScript file, right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So it means a JavaScript program you have written. You written a JavaScript program. You are not taking the support of any other predefined software. You are writing a JavaScript file. You are writing some JavaScript code. So that JavaScript code creating the entire environment which is required for you. Remember that. Okay. Right. So here, see this. Install Express using command or terminal of Visual Studio Code. You can use any of. Right. See, npm space I means install space which module you want, Express module. So see, this is the command. Now either you can use this command prompt or in the Visual Studio Code. See, under the view, terminal is there. Yes. In this terminal also you can use. You can type the command npm space I space Express. Just wait. So it takes a few seconds time. See, this is the beauty of this npm. You are not specifying where this Express is available. Just you are specifying I want Express. That's all. So it searches for ExpressJS library and it finds and it downloads and it places that library in your folder in the required location. I mean that in the specified predefined location. See this. See that. Added 57 packages. And if you observe this project structure, see, node_modules folder is added. This is the most key. So if you expand this node_modules, see, different files are there, different folders are there. In that, just check them in the alphabetical order. See here, Express is there, Express. Now this Express module we used in index.js, right? See this. Now add script in the package.json to execute the index.js, right? Now what is that script? Now I want to execute a JavaScript file. So forget about this application. In the last in our previous context example, how you executed a JavaScript program? Node space. See, you executed a JavaScript program independently by using node space file name .js, right? Now this point we want. So node is a command using which you are executing a JavaScript file. Now which JavaScript file you want to execute? I want to execute my index. That is. Now where is this index? It is inside the server folder. That is. Okay. So now see, please observe this. I want to start my node application. Remember. Yeah, participation certificate will be provided, Madesh. See here. See, scripts start. So start is a command. So when you start your node application, it should execute index.js, and that index.js is inside the server. And to execute this index.js, which command is required? Node. So under the scripts, okay, additional additional property need to be added. So open this. Open the package.json. Here scripts. Scripts is a collection. Okay. See, opening curly brace and closing curly brace. It is an array of properties. Now it is a property and value. Property colon value. It is a JSON format. Now here, after the first property, put the comma, and here start. That is. Now here the value. Okay, which command you want to execute? When you said start, I want to execute this command. Node. Please observe. Space. Index.js you need to execute, but the index.js is available in a server folder, so that server slash index.js. Please observe this. Now, see, the slash is the main problem. You should use forward slash, not backward slash. Remember. That is. So when you say start, when you use start command, then it internally executes this one. Okay, right. Now run the application by using command prompt or Visual Studio Code. Now, what is the command to execute a node application? npm start. But when you use npm start, which command need to be executed? When I say start, it should execute index.js. So see this mapping. npm start. You are calling start. But when you say start, which one need to be executed? Node space server slash index.js. So it means when you say npm start, it is executing internally index.js. So this mapping you should know. Now, see. So first of all, you need to save. Right. Whenever you made a modification, okay, automatically if any unsaved data is there, okay, some circle appears here, dotted circle. So just click Control Save. Okay, now npm start. See that your nodejs server is running, right? So this is the proof. Instead of a normal predefined server, you created a server environment using JavaScript with the help of nodejs. That is okay. So see, it is not a full-fledged server environment, but you created a base first. So to this base, you add additional facilities with the help of our modules. Right. Next. Now, what is the next point? The next one, in this server, okay, I want to make my function available to the all. Okay, because what is the main aim of API? API is nothing but sharing the logic over the internet. So your server is ready, but where is the logic to share? Is inside this? Is there any logic here? No, just it is a base skeleton for your server program. That's all, right? So now create an API with endpoint, request type, functionality, and set the response type based on the client application. These points are very, very important. While you are creating an API, okay, see that. See, last day we discussed the basics. Why we discussed the basics means this is the reason. You need to set the request type. What type of request? See, now come back to our basics little bit. The web API, see the client sends request to server. Right. Now request type. What is this request type? See the web API is generally, we can call it a, we need to, everyone asks in the real time, design the web API with REST principles. What is this? See, whenever you want to share the logic over the network under among multiple applications which are developed by different technologies, then last day we discussed syntactical problems comes because a C program is allowed to access by other C program only. Java function is allowed to access by Java program only. But here you are developing a logic, okay, and you are trying to, your requirement is you are trying to make that available to all the technology programs, then your web API should not be dependent on the syntaxes. Remember that. Okay, so it means see, it should follow HTTP protocol. Okay, you need to design. See, the web API should be presented to the outside world, not based on by their language. Suppose you developed the web API by using some X technology. It should not be exposed to the outside world as a X technology. It should be exposed or it should be represented to the outside world as a HTTP protocol based component. That is okay. See, if a C language function is exposed as a C language function, then what happens? Only C language programs can access that. But here, whatever may be the technology you use to develop the functions, but that functions are exposed, need to be exposed to the outside world as a HTTP protocol based components. Now, what is meant by HTTP protocol based components? Means, see, when a request is raised towards a method, towards a API, okay, see, which method need to be executed is decided based on the request type. That is, see, you develop the web APIs with names, because API means method. Every method contains name. So here the first point is method is called, API is requested by request type, requested by request type, or it is consumed. API is consumed by request type, not by its name. Okay, name is not allowed to use. That is because for a complete rest. See, if you use a name, again problems comes. It should, see, language dependent principles you should not use. Everything, see, you deployed your web API on the web server. So the web server follows HTTP protocol, both client and server. So the API information to the outside world is made available through HTTP protocol based principles only. So API should be consumed by request type. What does it mean? See, APIs are prepared as response to the request types: get, put, post, delete, These are all the client request types. Okay. So when client request type is get, which API need to be executed? That is the question here. Which API need to be executed? That is the question. So, and which functionality need to be executed? When the put is selected, then which functionality? Which API? And that API represents which type of functionality? So get, right? See here, get means you want to, whenever the request type is get, select a API which is mapped to the get. That is important point. So how to map a API with get? That is important point. So here this is create an API with endpoint, request type, and the functionality. Means whenever it is get, what type of functionality you are expecting according to HTTP protocol? Means retrieve the data. Retrieve the data. Put means, say for example, put. It is up. Okay. See, there is a lot of meaning behind these principles. Just for database point of view only, I'm giving these guidelines. But in the advanced level, it is different. Okay. Post means add the data. Remember, right? And delete means delete the data. Delete logic. That is. But here, when we are talking about the data, then only these are true. But here, at the advanced level, okay, this is not data. Remember that it is a resource. Resource. Get the resource. The resource can be anything. Remember that. Here, update the data means update the resource. Okay. Post, add the data means add a new resource. Remember. Add a new resource. So in the real time, the resource may be a software or it may be hardware component also. Remember that. Delete the data means delete the resource. Remember. So why you selected this data logic? Because it is easy to understand everyone. But these APIs may contain data related to resources. So here, I mean logic related to resources. Data is an example of one of the example of resources. Remember. Next, after that, you need to provide that functionality. Okay, the functionality is written. Fine. Next, the client and the response from the server. Response from server should be in codes. That is status codes. These are called status codes. Always the server should give response using status codes, whether it may be success or fail or whatever it is. Any situation, if any unexpected error is occurred, then you need to return one code. See, 404, 401, 501, like that. So selecting an appropriate status code and returning is another responsibility in the webapi programming. Next, any data, it should be embedded. Any data should be embedded in the body. That is, explicit data passing is not allowed. That is the important point. So in such a way, some REST principles are there. When all these principles are implemented while you are developing the web API, then it is called RESTful web API. So when these are implemented, okay, there is no language-based syntaxes. There is no any proprietary standards here. Okay, this API developed by some X technology. It follows the same principles. If it is developed by Y technology, it also follows the same principles. If it is developed by Z technology, then also it follows the same principles. So there is no language oriented rules here. Okay, any language using which you are developing the web API, you need to follow all these principles. So then what happens? Any client who follows HTTP protocol, they can consume this web API. Any client. So this is the main key point. How the different types of clients are able to communicate with the web API. Okay, right. So now see, right. So here, see, we are adding one particular API. See all of you here. APP is a server application. Just assume APP is a application which providing the environment. Now in that you created, see, every API should respond based on the request types according to REST principles. So now I am creating a API which responds to GET. Okay, right? See this APP. How to identify? How to call that? How to identify this one? See this /API. It is the root. It is a URL, or you can say root or anything. Now request object and response object to process the request and response. Now where is the logic? See, it is a JavaScript function. Remember, it is a arrow function. If you observe this one, it is taken from. This syntax is taken from JavaScript. This is a arrow function. It is an anonymous function, a function without name. If you observe this, so request object and response object, arrow function, and see you are sending the data. See this res response object dot. How you are sending the data to the client in the JSON format. Last day in the diagram I told you the data exchange between the client and server should be in the common format. For better understanding, I am using that word common format, which is irrespective of technology. That format should be same. So XML and JSON, these two are common among all the technologies, whether it may be PHP or JSP or jQuery or anything, any technology, .NET or anything. The XML and JSON are common format. So response object sends the response to the client. So res dot, in which format you want to send? JSON format. JSON. What is the basic structure of a JSON format? Property colon value. Property colon value is the format of JSON. So here, and that property colon value are enclosed by curly braces. So here JSON. See what is the input to this JSON function? Opening curly brace. Message is a property colon. See, this is the value. Closing curly brace. Right. This is. Now save this. Now execute the application and raise the request using a web server. Right. Right. So let us stop this. Yeah. Right. So execute the application. Right. So the nodejs server is started and listening at a port number 4001. Right. Now in this application right now, what is the difference between the earlier execution and this one? Earlier execution in that application, in that application there is no any method. Okay. Now in this one method is there. app.get method is there. Get web API is there. Simply say, right? Now request this get web API by using browser. That is, see, sharing the logic over the internet. Now you are executing, you are calling this one, this one. You are calling this one by using a browser, right? See this. Execute the application, raise the request using web browser. See this. Localhost, where server is running? The same system. I mean that locally. So localhost. At which port number the server is, that our application is available? 4001. Okay. You are calling API /API. Now, what is the request type? T. The request type is get, because you designed the API get, which responds to the get request, right? So see that. See the control shift I. See here. API. Right. What is the request type here? Request method in the developer tool. See this?
Get.
Get. That is. And the response is this one. See, this is the response, right? See this. Under the response tab, you are seeing the response data. So this is, see, what is the proof of this application? You created a server application by using a JavaScript program, and you created a get API by using JavaScript. Both are created by using JavaScript. Here there is no IAS server, there is no Tomcat server, there is no any other server here, right, Ram? This is a simple JavaScript program, okay, which created a server environment with one web API which responds to our get request, right? Okay, fine. Now this is a web browser. The Chrome web browser is one client accessing this one. Now copy this. See, web API means you can access this one by using multiple clients. How to show that? See, open the Postman tool. Yeah. See, the request type is get, and here this get request type is get, and this is the URL. Now send the request. See this. Status code is 200, okay, and this is the message. So this is the output. So you access the web API by using a Postman, and you access the API by using a web browser. So two clients, right? Right, all of you? Hello? Is it okay? This base program is okay, all of you?
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Right. So now based on this, see, this is a skeleton. This is a skeleton. Now on this skeleton, you need to build the complete project. I mean that the complete API. So what are they? Now coming to our next, request the same by using Postman, so that you can access this. Right. Now all these softwares are available from this one. See, nodejs, and the developer tool, it is available in nodejs.dev and ExpressJS and Visual Studio Code. Now, next. This is okay. First, closing this. you can contact the front end, they will provide. Right. Next, after that, now here we want to develop a web API to save the data, delete the data, update the data on the MongoDB. So now, for this purpose, I am using a additional framework called as Mongoose. See this. So what is this object data modeling, ODM? It is called as ODM. Okay, see, so many technologies now using these ODM based frameworks because whenever you are developing a project, data access layer, see, developing the logic, see, the entire project is divided into view layer, business logic layer, and data access layer. Now this data access layer, writing the code for data access layer is a highly complex process. Why? Because whenever it is a entity based, see, suppose see, in the backend table, in the backend database, I will make it short. Say for example, if you develop a e-commerce application, the category table will be there, and say product table will be there, say order table will be there, right? And order details will be there, right? Next, suppliers table. In such a way, it contains a database contains multiple tables, right? Around now, you need add category, delete category, update category, and select the required category details. So totally 4 types of operations you require, right? Around now, in the same way for product, in the same way for order, in the same way for order details, in the same way for supplier. So how many? See, just here I have created only five tables, but generally what happens in a original e-commerce application? Okay, if you go with at least a normal mid-level ERP, I'm not talking about the complete ERP. Okay, a mid-level ERP, at least it requires 25 some 20 plus files. Remember, 20 plus tables at least. They assume 20 tables are there. So then for 20 tables, for each table, 4 operations. Okay, just only abstractly I am selecting, but in the real time on a table, sometimes you may need 10 types of operations also. Remember that. Okay, so these 4 operations, basic operations. So on 20 tables, 20 into 4. How many logics you need to write? 20 into 4 means how many logics? 20 into 4.
80.
80. So 80 logics means adding a category is not equal to adding a product, right? Wrong? Because product properties are different and category properties are different, right?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
So that's why generating a data access layer is a highly complex process. So this data access layer is easily handled with the help of this ODM. This is, remember. So the MongoDB provides a straightforward schema-based solution to module our application data along with built-in validation, query building, and business logic. This one, along with say this one, along with this logic. This logic is provided by this Mongoose. So here we provide the step-by-step process to build a nodejs RESTful API. Let us see. First, you should install MongoDB in your machine. Yes, MongoDB is on my system. This one. This. you can connect. See the MongoDB colon localhost 27017 on any system. MongoDB runs under this URI. Remember that MongoDB colon localhost colon 27017. It's a default port number. So if you say connect, it connects. That is right. Right. Next. Now see this. Now build the REST API that can create, retrieve, and update, delete, and find a tourist place entity. Okay, that is. See, I want to develop tourist application by using MERN. Okay, say for Hyderabad or for some Telangana or anything. So start with an Express web server and add configuration for MongoDB database and create tourist place model with Mongos. Then write the controller. Then define the routes for handling all database operations, including the custom finder. So these are the steps now we are going to start. So first you need to create server environment. After that, you need to connect with the database. Next, you need to create a tourist place. See, here I told you. See this category, product, order, order details, supplier in such a way. And now I selected here a tourist place model. Now Mongos, with the help of Mongos, we are going to create the tourist place table. So for better understanding, just use a word table. Okay, but it is called as model. Now write a controller and define. See this. See the RESTful web API you need to define. Now see, if I say API/tourist places, get all the tourist places. Suppose if I say API/tourist places slash, if ID value is provided, then get the tourist place by ID. So inside these APIs you need to provide, you need to develop. So first create a nodejs application. So first create a tourist place app. Right. Now create a folder. Tourist places app. Right. Next, open the command prompt and move to the above location. Yes. Right. So here there is no any logic, just it is empty. Move to that folder, and after that you need to create a project. So see the installation is almost easy. You can download and you can install. If the time permits, I will show you. Yeah, because all the installations are very dead easy. Remember that. Almost they are single click. Okay, you no need to change anything. Because very easy, all the files, even Visual Studio Code and this Node.js, everything is straightforward. Okay, right now, so first you need to create a JSON file. Here, if you are interested to provide the details, okay, use npm init. Don't use -y. Suppose if you don't want, okay, you want to provide any other details, -y. If you want to provide the details, then use npm init. Right. So, right. So whatever the details you want, okay, see this npm init. If you want, you can provide the different details. You can provide your project name, okay, version, the description, full stack application with REST API, okay, and entry point. So what is your main file? Okay, see, suppose if you are developing the application with the default file index.js, you no need to change. Suppose if you want to change your file name, your starting main file name, then you can use that. right? In that way. And what are the keywords in your application? And who is the author, right? So let us execute this. npm init. Right. So now right, next. See this version. I am going with the same version, right? 1.0.0. Description. Okay. Say entry point. I want to change because earlier we used index.js. Now you can use other file also because you need to learn all the possibilities. Okay. So the test command, git repository, the keywords. Okay. Say web API, nodejs, REST, ExpressJS in such a way. Who is the author? You can write your own name. Write license as it is. So this is the metadata, right? So this is okay. Yes. So with this given data, it creates a file. Okay. Right. Next. See that. Now after that, install the required modules. What are the different modules you require? See, one is Express, second one is Mongoose. And here, when you are using this command, all of you please see this npm install Express. It is okay. And additional module I need Mongoose. And one more module I required CORS. What is this CORS? Right. In the real time, what happens when you are making that web API is available to different types of clients, where that clients are running on different port numbers. I mean that they are running on different port numbers. So it means the request and server both are on the same system. Sorry, both are not on the same port number. Okay, raising the request from a different port number and server is running on different port number. Then what happens? The collision occurs. So the immediately the request which comes which is raised from a different port number, it is called cross origin. Cross origin. Cross means different. It treats it as a untrusty network. Sorry, untrusty request. Untrust. Okay. So to solve this problem, CORS is required. So npm install Express module, Mongoose module, and CORS module, and they need to be saved. See this. Right. So npm install. See, as it easily follow the syntax to avoid the errors. Remember, npm install Express. Okay, next library Mongoose, and the next library CORS hyphen save. Right. So the required once the required libraries are installed, then the first step is you need to create a server. Okay. Now here we are creating the entire server logic inside a JavaScript file. Okay, whose name is equal to server.js. Okay, right. See this. 83 packages are added. So now you need to open this project using Visual Studio Code. Code space dot. See that. Now you need to create a Express web server. Okay. So here you need to create server.js. Okay. Now see. Now, so first create a file with the name server.js. Copy this. Directly I am creating. I am not creating any folder here. Server.js. Now please recollect our earlier example where we created first we referred the Express module, and after that we created an app object for that one, and by using that app object we made it listen, okay, the available to the clients at particular port number. Now in this, that is the server skeleton. In that server skeleton you created different APIs by using app.get, app.post in such a way, right? In our last example we created only get API. So first three lines are same. Remember, constant express, require express. Whatever the libraries you required, that modules need to be referred. So I need express library. That's why one statement. I need CORS library. Right. Now I want to create an application, express application. So constant app equal to express. Next, after that, you need to specify the client. Okay, see this, where CORS options equal to cross origin. I'm telling you, see this, cross origin means the client request is from 8082, just assume, but our application is running at 8081. Okay, just assume. So client request is came from 8082. Now our server is running at 8081. So both are on the same. Both are running on the same port number.
No, sir.
No. So then what happens? Your server feels that okay, the request came from a different port number, is a unsecured request. Okay, it never trusts. So by using CORS, you are making your application, okay, please trust the applications which are coming from the port number 8082. That is.
Okay, sir.
That is called cross origin, right? See here. You can trust your family members because your all origins are same, right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Yes. But whereas a person came from outside, can you trust the person?
No, sir.
No. The same thing here also. Okay. See now, so that's why which port number you need to trust. That is, see here where CORS options equal to, again it is a, see, origin, this is a client request. Okay, so localhost 8082, right? Now our application should use this port number, right? So that's why we are adding that port number into this app. See, app.use CORS of CORS options. So the CORS options variable contains the port details of the clients, right? Now next, which type of data you need to use? This application should use JSON.
Yes, sir.
So app.use express.json. This is, and this is about URL encoding. Next, the most important, your application should connect with the database. How to do that? See this. See here, we are creating a variable which refers to our models. Model means our database model. Okay, we are creating it. Now that it is referred by this one. Now by using that object, we are connecting to database. See this one, db.mongoose.connect db.url. This is the URL property, comma, and these are all the different other supporting details. Now when you try to connect, see this connect is started here and it is ended here. Then see, if it is successfully executed, this connect is successfully executed, then execute this function. What is that? Connected to database. Suppose if this connection is not happened successfully, this connection function is not executed successfully, then come to here. Catch error, cannot connect to the database and display the error message. So this is the flow, right? Next, after that, next you need to write the messages. Suppose if you are requesting a get request, it is home. Okay, so this get request, see this, it displays welcome to quality thought message. See, just a message, right? Now where the routes are available, different rights we already discussed here. See, these are the routes. These are the routes. Now for these routes, which APIs need to be responded? Right. See, all that routes are defined in the routes folder under tourist places.routes. This is now see at which port number the server is running. See this one. This is the port number 8081. Now start the server app.listen, the port number 8081. Server is running on the port number this one. So server is running with these routes, with this database, and with this that is. So now copy this. Right. Save. Right. Next, after that, see what is the purpose of different modules. Express is for building the REST API. CORS, see, it provides express middleware to enable the CORS with various options. If you see this line, it leads to a little bit of confusion. But the simple point is a request which comes from a different port number is treated as a untrusted connection. So to accept that connection, we need CORS module. That is okay. Next, create an express application. This one. This line const app equal to express. Next, add body parser. Which type of encoding you are following? Next, middlewares and all. This is. Now define a get route which is simple for test. It is for testing purpose. Okay. Now your server is running. See, listen to the port number 8081 for incoming requests. So it is waiting. Your server is waiting at one particular port number 8081. Right. Now your application should connect with MongoDB, right? With the help of Mongoose. Then create a folder with the name app, right? So first, in the main folder, app means generally it is a normal standard. App means application. The entire application source code is placed inside the APP folder. That is a standard. Next, after that, in APP, create a folder with the name config, because the configuration files will be created inside the APP. Right. Next, after that, see, in config, create a file with the name db.config.js. Come here, expand. Please check the path. See, db.config.js. It is inside the config. Config is inside the APP. Now, what is this db.config? It tells about the DB server where it is running. This is right. See, our server is running at MongoDB colon 127.0.0.01 at a port number 27017, and the database name is touristdb. Okay. Here this 127.0.0.1 is nothing but localhost. Okay, it refers to our local server. Remember that. Right. Next. Now create a folder in APP with the name models. See, assume models is nothing but our database file. Remember, almost equal to that one. Now in the APP, create a folder with the name models. So models means nothing but tables. Remember that. If your project contains 10 tables, then 10 models need to be created. Remember. Right. Now in the models, create a file, the name index.js. Okay, copy this. This is models. Create a file with the name index.js. Right. Now in this, you need to configure one by one. Let us see. First, get the database configuration details, means where the database is running. That is in this folder. const dbconfig equal to require. Inside the config folder, inside the db.config.js file, okay, the URL is there. Now, how I am interacting with the database with Mongoose. So get the reference of Mongoose. So constant Mongoose equal to require Mongoose. Next, I am using, see this, constant db equal to, now it is empty. Now db.mongoose equal to, see this, I am assigning Mongoose, db.url equal to dbconfig.url, and db.touristplaces is equal to this one. Require of touristplaces.model.js. Okay, and we are passing all these details to this one. So this touristplaces.model you need to create. Right. Now copy this. Right. Next. After that, next step. See, check the connect method in the server. Yes. Suppose if you want, you can check it. No problem. But for right now, first I will create the remaining things. Check the connect method in the server. Now create the touristplaces.model.js in the models folder. So copy this. Now go to, see this one, models plus touristplaces.model. Right. So here you need to specify about your table. Module.exports equal to Mongoose. It is called schema. See this one. Schema, title, string, description, string, category, string, photo path, string, video path, string, status boolean. So it means these are all the column names and these are all the data types. Assume that. Next. See, after finishing the above steps, we don't need to write the code function. Mongoose model support all of them. That is. So this is the benefit. So create a new tourist place. Object.save. Find a tourist place by ID. Find by ID. Retrieve all the tourist places. Find. Update a tourist place by ID. Find by, see this. Find by ID and update. See, remove a tourist place. Find by ID and remove. And delete a tourist place. I mean that all the tourist places. Remove. Delete many. So in such a way, see this one. This is the benefit of Mongoose. It generates the total data access layer. Remember this one, right? Now where is our API? Where is our roots? Now these functions are used in our controller, right? Now create a controller. Create a folder named controllers in the app. For each model, you need to create a separate controller. Okay. Now controllers in the app folder. Come to app, create a folder with the name controllers. See, for one model, one controller. If multiple models are there, multiple controllers. But only one database, remember. Next, create a file with the name touristplaces.controller.js. Suppose if you are working for an e-commerce, for products, separate tourist place. For category, separate controller. For category, separate controller. For product, separate controller. Supplier for separate controller. In such a way, for every touristplaces.controller.js. Touristplaces.controller.js provides all the functions, right? First, I will copy this. Now, after that, I will show you. It seems to be lengthy, but very easy. Remember, because only the flow is important. See, while going through this code, you need to remember the REST principles. Remember that. So first it needs the models data, right? And next, it requires the database. See this. Which one it uses? Tourist places. Now see this here. Create and save a new tourist place. How? Create. The function name is exports.create equal to request and response. Now from this request, you need to collect all the data. Okay. Now here, just for sample, I have prepared one validation here. See, to create a tourist place, you need all the data. Right? Title is required, description is required, category is required, photo path is required, video path is required, status is required, right or wrong? So if all the values are valid for all these properties, then only there is a possibility to create the data, to create a tourist place, right or wrong? So create is nothing but add. Say sir, no, all of you. Hello. Create is nothing but add.
Yeah,
so
yes.
Here, before proceeding to add, you need to validate every property. Your title is valid or not. Suppose if the request object body is without title data, then series response.status code 400 send message title cannot be empty. See what is the REST principle? See this. Any response from the server should be in quotes, in status codes, right? This one, status codes. See this here. Whenever the title property is empty, then response.status of 400, right? Send message title cannot be empty. Now, in this way, you need to write validations for all the properties. Remember, just here I have written only one if condition. Okay, but you need to validate description, you need to validate the category, you need to validate the photo path, you need to validate the video path, and you need to validate the status, all. Remember. So once all are valid, then you need to create a tourist place object here. See this, constant tourist place equal to new tourist place. See, these are all the local properties. For all these local properties, data is came from client, means request object. Request inside the request, see, the title is available inside the body is available in the request. Okay, because request comes from client along with tourist place data. Now all that data is assigned to our local properties. Then tourist place object dot, see this is the tourist place object. See this one. Now the tourist place object dot save of, now save is a function. Are you developed the logic for save? No. Just see, you received the data and you validated and you prepared the tourist place object. Now this save, where is our new data? In the tourist place object, pass it. Then see this response.send data. If it is saved, the saved data is sent as output to client. Suppose while saving, if any error is occurred, then it goes to the cache and it sends some error is occurred while creating the tourist place. So this is the common flow. See, here the response status code is 500. Here the response status code is 400. And now next, exports find all. I want all the tourist places. So then how? This is. So find the condition. This one. If this condition, according to this condition, okay, if the data is available, then it executes. Otherwise, it comes to the catch block. This one, this find and update. This. Now, most important, see this one. Request. See, update means new data. Now, see, whatever the data, see this. If the body is without data, data to update cannot be empty. Simple. See, the body object is empty. Suppose then this one. Next, after that, you need to select the, you need to identify the ID property. Right. Now here see this. First, with this given ID, any property, any tourist place is there or not, you need to check. If it is available, then only you are allowed to update. Otherwise, it is not possible. Remember that. See, cannot update the tourist place with this ID. Maybe the tourist place was not found. Because you can update, see, the most important point in 3 cases. Delete and update. Existing data can be updated. Existing data can be deleted. So you cannot perform a update on a non-existing data. Right? If the product data is, if the tourist place is available, then only you can update. Suppose with the given ID, if there is no tourist place, then how can you update? Can you delete a non-existing tourist place? No. So if you want to delete it, it should be there. So that's why before proceeding to update or before proceeding to delete, first you need to check with this given ID, any tourist place is there or not. Right? With this given ID, tourist place is there, then delete it. Otherwise, with this given ID, there is no any tourist place. Right? This is. See, cannot delete. See, delete also. Cannot delete the tourist place with ID. Maybe the tourist place was not found. That is. Now I want to delete all. Then tourist place dot delete many function. So here, see. Right. So in that way, all the functions are written here. Right now, let us save. First, I will complete the application. Now, to access all these functions, routes are required because they need to be made as a API. Please observe these names. See this? All these names are normal names, right? See this? Delete all. Delete. See this? Update. Find one, right? Find all. These are all normal names. Create. But what is the nature of web API? According to REST principles, it should be get, put, post, delete. So where is that mapping? Right, let us see. Now define the routes. Create a folder named routes in the app folder. Now inside the app, sorry. Routes. Now inside this routes, create a file named touristplaces.routes.js. If you are using multiple entities, then you need to use multiple routes. Routes of every entity. Right. This one. So for which elements you are creating the routes for the methods? For create method, what is the root? For find all method, what is the root? Now where all these methods are available? In the controller. So first get the controller reference. That is, see this. This is first to get the where all these methods inside the controller. So first get the reference from controller. Then after that, see this. Map the post. See, create is nothing but save. Now according to web API, create functionality is mapped to post. So rotor.post touristplaces.create. So see, when you say post, which method executes? Create method. That is. So in this way, we are mapping. See, get means what? Find. Find means retrieve the data. So a method which returns the data is mapped to get. See this. Get is different combinations. See this. Next put, it is for update. Next this is for delete. Right. Delete one, delete individual tourist place and delete all. Right. That is. Copy this. Right. So here you mapped all the methods of the controllers with get, put, post, and okay, delete based on their relevant functionalities. Okay. Next. See, when the client sends a request for an endpoint using HTTP request like get, put, post, and delete, we need to determine how the server will respond by setting up the routes. So these are all our routes. Okay. When you use API/tourist places, get, post, and delete. Okay. See this. When you use ID, API tourist places/ID, then get, put, and delete. See, when API/published, then it is get. So access these by using Postman. Let us see. First execute the application. First check any unsaved data. No. Right. So you can use npm start. Server is running on the port number 8081. and connected to the host. Okay. So connected to the database, right? Right. So now here see this. You can raise different types of requests, right? Access the API by using Postman, right? Right. So here, see this. See, I want to add a tourist place. Okay. So to add a tourist place according to web API, which method? Post. Okay, which request type? Post. So in the tourist place, I selected post. And where my server is running, localhost 8081. See this, 8081. Right. Now we are calling API. Okay. Now see this, tourist places. Right. So now just see this. See. You need see here. Suppose if you are confusing, I will show you. Just a minute, because the time is limited. That's why. Request type is post, and this is the URL. And where is the new? In which format? Data should be in the form of JSON. Remember that. What is the format of JSON? Data is a collection of in the form of property and column. Okay. And one object data is enclosed by one curly brace, one set of curly brace. So opening curly brace and closing curly brace. See, this is the title column. Okay. And the name, description, category, photo path, video path, status. Okay. Right. Now, for example, see this. Now, which request you want to raise? Post request. Now, what is the URL? This is. Now, I want to add the data. Where? According to REST principles, see this, any data should be embedded in the body, right? So now, see this, go to the body and select this raw. In which format you are going to add? JSON format. So here, when you select raw, what is the value here? In the extreme right, it is showing text. Is it visible to all of you? Hello? It is
It's visible.
okay. But which format you are sending the data? In the
JSON
format. So select JSON. Now copy this. This is okay. So now you need to send it. Now see what is the output here? Status 200. Okay. And it is showing what is the data? It has updated, right? It has added, sorry. Now please observe the data which has returned. See, you updated the data, sorry, you provided the data with 6 properties, but it returned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in addition to that, it provided 3 more properties. It is created it and updated and the ID. So this is very important. ID, it is unique value, remember. Okay, right. Next. See that. Next. Add one more. Add one more. Right. Post the same URL, send it. See that. The title Kodaikanal, famous hill station, it is added, right? Now I want to see whether these two are added or not. Okay, then it is nothing but it is a get request, right? If you want to see the data, it is a get request, right? Get all tourist places. Get request localhost colon 8081 API tourist places. Now send. Right, see. 2 are there. See that. It is a JSON object. See this. All are able to see this? Hello? Yes? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now
Yes, sir.
we are using this by using Postman. Now see, use Chrome. See that you are able to get the data. See, title Ooty, it is first product. Next, see this title Kodaikanal, that is the second product, right? Now, suppose I want to search. See this. Get tourist place by ID. Now here, one important point. See, copy this ID value. Now get tourist place by ID. So get request localhost colon 8081 API slash tourist places, and here you need to pass the ID value. Send it. See that the ID value is matched with this Ooty, right? Suppose change one value here, make it as 7 as 8, right? So with this ID, any product, any tourist place is there or not? Then send message tourist place not found with the given ID. See this. You can use this API from Chrome also. Right, see this one. Tourist place is not found with the given ID 58. Suppose just change this 8 as 7 once again. Now the Ooty is available, right? See this one. So in this way, okay. So next, suppose I want to delete. I want to delete Ooty. Then you first select it. Yes, Ooty is available. Now change the request type to delete. So delete localhost 8081 API/tourist place. Which item need to be deleted? This ID. Okay. A tourist place whose ID is equal to this one. Now send. See, the tourist place was deleted successfully. Now, whether it is deleted or not, do one thing. Go for get request and try to access this. Right, see, with this ID, the tourist place is available. No, it is deleted, right? That is. Now, I want all the tourist places. Get all the tourist places once again. Only one is there because Woody is deleted. So delete operation is also working, right? So the next one is a update, right? Update means put, right? Which product need to be updated? So first add one more product. I mean one more item. See, add this again, this Woody. Right. Here see the photo path and video path intentionally I have given wrong. Charminar.jpg and charminar.mp4. Now add this. Yes, it is added. Now go to the get to spaces. Send. See this here. The title Kodaikanal and the title Ooty. But the photo path is charminar.jpg and video path is charminar.mp4. These are wrong, right? Wrong. So that's why I want to update this. So copy. How to update this? Which request? It is a put, right? Copy this. Right. Now, which one you want to update? This is ID value, right?
ID.
Right. Now, where is the updated data? See, let us change this Charminar into Ooty.jpg. Ooty.mp4. Okay. Right. Now let us send. See, it is a put request. See this here. Tourist place was updated successfully. Now whether it is really updated or not, go back to get tourist places and raise the request once again. See, go to the Ooty information. See this. Photo path is Ooty.jpg and video path is Ooty.mp4. Right. Now select this one by using browser. Copy this. Yes. See Ooty. See the photo path updated. Ooty.jpg and video path is Ooty.mp4. Right? Right, all of you? Hello?
Yes, sir. Fine, sir.
Yeah. So this is the total abstractive flow. How to develop the web API using nodejs and ExpressJS. Okay. See, because in the limited time, we need to go with all the operations. So even from the basic level, we touched the basics also, and we try to deliver the very minute point which is useful for in the development of advanced applications. So that's why we covered the basics, because by considering the freshers also, we designed in this way. That is an important point. Okay, because what is request, what is response, what is HTTP protocol, what is embedding the data inside the request and all. Right. So any questions or anything you can ask. Hello. Any questions or anything you can ask. Nothing to ask. Hello.
Yeah, myself Jayendra.
Yeah, tell me.
Like in this course, are we going to create any project, or are we?
Yes, in our course, actually, we are going to deal with real-time project. And yeah, that is the thing. Because without real-time knowledge, it is not useful nowadays. Because career point of view, the real-time knowledge is very, very important. So along with the course, from the middle, not at the end, from the middle we start the project. Because see, first 50% we concentrate on the basics, the first duration, the first part of the course. I mean, basics means not simple topics. It means the required things which are required to start the project. Those things are covered in the first session. And next, project and the remaining concepts will go parallelly. So it is almost, 2 hours technical session, and the remaining 6 hours is your preparation. And see, those who wants the total, the skill development and each and everything, but it is a totally 6 hours course. That is, and along with the technical course, that is the thing. Technical is 2 hours per day. Tomorrow there is no class. Okay. See, the training starts next week, and you can contact Anitha. Anitha, she will provide the total details. See, our application, our total content is see, Node and React and Mongoose. I will show you. See, it is a totally 5 skills. Once again, I want to show you to all. See, in our entire application, that entire content, we are going to cover the following topics. The first one, the first skill. See that. Why I am saying that it is a complete full stack? Because this entire curriculum is designed based on my 20 years of experience in this field, especially. The last 7 years, I am working as a full stack developer, and now I am a passionate trainer, so that along with development, I came to training. So here the first skill is, see that one, server, web API developer, remember that. Web API developer, first skill, that is skill 1. This is a major job, remember. Now, next, after that, second part, UI developer. This is skill 2. That is by using React. Now, third one, testing. Remember, on both ends. Means that testing the web API and testing the UI, both. That is the third skill. Next, the fourth one, database. Right. So data access layer. That is the fourth skill. Right. Now the fifth one, the most important one nowadays is all of you. My voice is audible.
Yes.
Yeah. The fifth skill we are concentrating on. See, generally everyone says full stack means these two generally, the client and server. It is okay, really it is true. But nowadays, if you want to make your resume, or if you want to become the, I mean that if you want to make your resume more strong, and if you want to get more priority, and if you want more pay scale, and if you want to become an asset to the team, then these skills are required, and industry requires nowadays, the industry expecting, every company expecting these 5 skills. What is fifth one? This is about the DevOps. DevOps, Agile. So DevOps tools, in that we are covering GitHub, and the other tools which are required, especially some overview is required on some tools. And as a developer, okay, the tools which are very much close to you, okay, on the tools, the working knowledge is given, and exposure to all the remaining DevOps tools and DevOps culture, and how the Agile methodology works, the working style of an employee in the or in the Agile methodology. So such again that classes, and after that cloud, how to deploy your node application on the cloud. That is, so the cloud knowledge is also required. How to deploy, deploy and development both. Deploy and development knowledge is also means, see, it is by using CI and CD pipeline in the DevOps, CI and CD pipeline, and next using Docker and AKS, Kubernetes. This is, so here we are using the cloud Azure. This is. Now this knowledge is, this is the fifth skill, because every company moving towards are already moved, and they are expecting the skills along with the development skills. They are expecting testing skills. They are expecting the cloud skills also. Remember. So if you are with these 5 skills, okay, you becomes an asset to the team. Remember that you becomes an asset to the company, okay, and you get the highest priority. No doubt, you can check with any industry expert. These 5 skills are nowadays are mandatory or not. And at the same time, for your future, for your long career in the company, for your long career, to get high pay scale and to get highest priority among the team, these 5 skills are required or not nowadays. Please check. Okay, see, because we are from industry, and see, and I am in this industry from the last 20 plus years. So based on this experience, we are covering these 5 skills, and we design this curriculum based on the industry requirements, especially the current requirements, and to make every person career as in the safe zone. This is very important, because when you have these 5 skills, okay, is it easy to remove from a team? Tell me. Anyone tell me?
Sir.
Is it easy?
No,
Tell
sir.
me. No, that is, you are able to play any role as a testing, okay, UI developer, server, and each and everything. So it is total duration is almost 3 months. If required, we will extend also, because these skills are very important. See, getting a job is okay, but getting a secured job with high pay scale is very important, with long duration. That is very important. So becoming an employee is okay, but becoming an asset is important. See, if you
Yes,
become an asset, okay, assets are never allowed to lose by any company, right or wrong?
Yes, sir, definitely.
That is, so that is the thing. Even though, see, this syllabus is, even though the syllabus is little bit heavy, but we sincerely targeted the, which is exactly the industry requires right now. Okay, the temporary solution is not temporary solutions are not required. Permanent solution is required, at least for few years continuously. So that's why we designed this. So total 23 topics in the React, and in the server web API, again 10 plus topics, Node and Express and Mongo, and including testing on the both ends, database and this one. And the placements is, see, along with your team, okay, whenever your batch is started, a placement officer is allocated to you. Remember that. Your placement officer regularly texts for every week or every for 10 days. They checks and they tracks and records your progress. Okay. And from the 50%, once the 50% course is completed, okay, they will update your resumes in the concerned, they will consider your resumes. That is a point. Okay. And they continuously interacts with you, and they starts working on your resume building and each and everything. And immediately, once the course is completed, okay, we will start the placement process. That is.
Okay, sir.
And you can contact Anitha for any other details. Okay. It is a completely job oriented program. I will show you the syllabus also. Just a minute. So this is a reactjs. reactjs. See, totally we are concentrating separate JavaScript from basics to advanced, and after that the React, next Node with Express with the complete security issues and all. This is the total one, and the 24th one is cloud. DevOps and Agile classes. Complete Docker, AKS. Right, all of you? Hello? Yeah. See, everything will be provided. See, it is a combination of total 3 syllabuses. JavaScript is separate. That we are specially concentrating on JavaScript. And nodejs with Express, that is one, and React. And in addition to these 3, the the cloud, the cloud workshop. That it's not about workshop, it's a continuous process. Remember that. Special syllabus is there for the cloud point of view. Azure cloud, we are dealing with Azure cloud. So node application deployment, development, and the Agile methodologies implementation, DevOps culture, DevOps tools. In the overview on the DevOps tools with working knowledge on the required tools of the developer. Okay, mainly the Git and GitHub, and the continuous CI and CD pipeline flow development. Everything will be shown practically. Right? Any other questions? All of you? Any other questions?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, hello. I'm Chiranjeevi. I'm audible?
Hello?
Hello. Yeah, I'm audible.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, okay, sir. So end of the training, are we going to develop any project?
Yeah, yes,
Like, so,
we are. See, not the end of training. From the middle onwards, we are starting real-time project.
okay. May I know which type of project you are planning to develop?
See, that depends upon the client. Okay. See, suppose you are developing. See, today we are working on tourist place, right? Today this workshop is on just one entity of tourist place, right?
Yes.
Hello? Yes. See, a complete tourist application for one particular client is there. Okay, and even some particular I mean that some publishing field is there. Okay, in the publishing field, news field actually, news media. Okay, for that media field also, we are developing some applications. Okay, so right now we can't remember the client names. Okay, that is the thing. It's not possible. But from the middle of the course, we are starting projects, not at the end. Okay, in the middle.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, right.
And may I know the course duration?
It
And
is duration
this
3
course
months.
is going to start?
3 months. 3 months daily 2 hours. Technical session is daily 2 hours.
Okay. When this course is going to start?
Next week. Next week we are going to start.
Okay. So we need to contact Anitha for the fees and all.
Yeah. Hello.
So we need to contact Anitha
Anitha.
fees and all.
Anitha is the course manager. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Anitha is the course manager for this MERN, and she will take care about each and everything, the total assignments, each and everything. And see, at the end, see, while the course is going on, for every 2-3 days, assignments will be given, the hands-ons will be given. Okay. Will be tracked. They are also recorded. How you are performing and how you are updating, how you are doing in each and everything. That will be recorded. That will be tracked. That need to be updated to the placement officer. Right. That is. So such type of tracking system is there here, because we are controlling. We are trying for quality from the first day onwards. Suppose, see, if you complete HTML, on the HTML you need to create UI, different types of UI. Next, if you completed the JavaScript, HTML, CSS and JavaScript, you need to create some UI. Okay, so that UIs are very close to the real world. Remember that. That is, so in such a way, we'll track everything. Yeah. Next.
Hello, sir. Is there any morning sessions on this training, or only
yes,
from
morning
11 a.m.
session is there. Yeah, morning session is there.
So may I know the timings of morning session?
Timings I don't know exactly, but the morning session is there. You can contact Anitha.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
May I know your good name?
Mallikarjun. Yeah. Malik.
Yeah, sure, Malik.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. Placement is there. Separate dedicated placement officers give to your team, and the placement officer will take care about your placements.
Okay.
Yeah. They will check your track and how you are doing and how you are performing. Everything will be everything is tracked on day-by-day basis. After the completion of each chapter, check your performance and each and everything, along with your additional non-technical skills also. Because for them, for such non-technical skills also, we are providing the. Okay, Divya, thank you. For non-technical,
Mallikarjun.
Yeah.
And the other thing is you said you are going to cover DevOps and other tools as well, no?
Yes.
Docker.
Yeah.
This should be basic skills, or how is it?
See, it is. See, here so many people are getting confused here. See, we are not making you as a DevOps engineer. Okay. Here.
I got it.
Here, as a developer, up to which extent the DevOps knowledge is required, we are going to cover. It is almost like 30 to 40%. It means what is cloud, what are the cloud services, cloud database services, cloud app services. Okay, so and virtual machines and what virtual machines and see the creating a app service to deploy the our node application. Okay, and working on and using the Azure repos and Git repository and creating the CI/CD pipeline, that environment. And once you developed an application, okay, code at client side using IDE, how to push that code and how how it works, all that will be shown. It means development aspect point of view, not the DevOps senior point of view. Hello,
Yeah, okay, Madhukar.
is it clear? Hello.
Yeah, yes, yes. Is it? This is
Yeah.
clear.
See, the development point of view, not the DevOps engineer point of view. Okay. See, you need to integrate with Git, so that how to integrate with Git and how to push and how to work, how to pull and each and how to avoid the collisions, and all these things will be explored in that. And from Git to how to push it to Git repository and how to integrate it and how to build it, and I mean that how to deploy it and how to test it. So that see the development, how a developer connected to DevOps, that is explored. So and exploration about some tools like Jenkins, Jira and all. Because as a developer, you connected with some tools directly. Okay, with IDE and Git and all. Some tools are indirectly connected, right? That is. Next, any other?
Yeah,
Hello?
thank you,
Any
Madhukar.
other queries? Yeah, yeah. Okay, right. Thank you all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you all of you. Thank you, Divya. Thank you, Ajay. Thank you, Ayush, Vinay, Das, Joshna, Gopinath, Mahanti, Dilip, Razu. Thank you all of you. Thank you, Gopinath. Thank you, Joshna.